Ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of my journey, Monday the 17th of August 2026 at 12 minutes past 11, waiting for the 25 minutes past, of course, the hour, where, of course, the X15 would take me hopefully not 15, but 50 minutes. I don't think it'll get there in 15 minutes. No, 50 minutes, it will go up to the hospital of Bury St Edmunds, then up to the Arc Shopping Centre. So that's where it end up, at the Arc Shopping Centre. So the bus should come through there. Unfortunately, I don't have my microphones attached to this iPhone because, of course, the microphones are attached to the Samsung instead. But of course, my vlogging camera will tell you a bit more of the story here. So I'm waiting at this bus stop here, and of course, yeah, the bus won't come through here because it's already been through. It's already at the bus station. So yeah, I'm just waiting here. There's a new post box here. So I saw the bus coming through, and it definitely is a guy, probably someone I know. Anyway, this is the start of my journey. The guy just behind me there told me about my battery light still being on by accident. Good that I get a reminder. But yeah, I'm pleased to say I'm sort of, you know, getting back to my consciousness, because it is a little bit of a walk. I know for fit people it's not that far, but it can be far if you're not that fit. But anyway, I was actually out of breath here, and of course it is still sticking with heat here, especially when you're walking around. So I've had to use my sort of cloth to wipe the sweat off me. So yeah. So the stagecoach bus is over there. That's not the one I want to catch. That'll go up to, of course, Shetland Road and round the Chalkston, then back down to the bus station, and then eventually on to Cambridge. So in about 10 minutes time, my bus should arrive here. Yeah, just arrived at BSE, not Mad Cow Disease, but Bury St Edmunds train station. And you can see I've arrived around about 45 minutes past 13, which is 1:45 in 24-hour clock mode normal. But yeah, 13:45 is 24-hour clock. And of course, I've now got to wait for the Ipswich train, which will take me eventually to Norwich. And of course, it's because I missed the earlier one, which was delayed anyway. But look at the buildings as we, of course, admire that other side, which is platform number 1. Now, Ipswich is platform number 2. Yeah, platform number 2, which I'm sitting at right this minute here. You see, nobody is here at this point, so I was able to film it. It gets a little bit tricky when, of course, there's more people, and that's where the train would actually come from Cambridge through to then Dunningham, I believe it is on some trains, then through to Newmarket, then Kennet, then Bury St Edmunds. Yeah, you can see the clouds are getting cooler at this point here, despite earlier I said it was a little bit on the sticky side in my own town of Haverhill. Right, as of course the one from Wigan actually says here. Yes, I do need a little bit of a shave here. I'll have to sort that out a little bit later. Look at that. It's grown very quickly. But yeah, I'm at the Bury St Edmunds train station. I couldn't get an Uber today, and even though I waited about 10 minutes or so, and of course it's very disappointing you can't get one in Bury St Edmunds when you need one. But yeah, of course the second chance I didn't even bother because, you know, the wait was too long yet again. So in that instance I had to just forget it all and get the Mully's bus, either the M55, which is the one that goes to Howard's Estate, or the M22, I think it is, that goes to the train station. Got to find a bus that actually goes to the train station, and it goes by via the bus station. So I'm waiting for the Ipswich train at the moment. It's 48 minutes past 13, which is 1:48 and seconds rolling by here. So it's not going to get here from Cambridge until 25 minutes past 2, which is a little bit of a wait. That's why I've got this opportunity here to sit here and talk for a bit. And of course the one beforehand, I just missed it. So of course the one that is coming is on time, apparently. So it's 25 minutes past 2, so it's got to go to Ipswich, then I've got to change at Ipswich to go straight up to Norwich. It's just quicker that way if you're going through Bevis and Evans from Haverhill. But yeah, it's pretty much quiet on this platform here, platform number 2. This is platform number 2, and over on the other side is platform number 1. Put it this way, you have to get the lifts to cross over to the other side, because you literally can't cross the tracks here. It's illegal. You could get run over by train, which wouldn't be good. But we can get a close-up of the tracks here as best as I can for memories. Well, I've brightened down now, so way out is that way. There you go, I've got about half an hour, 35 minutes or so, and a second ticking by. And this is the Ipswich train arriving here at Bevis and Evans train station from Ipswich, calling it at Needham Market, Stowmarket, Elmswell, Thurston and Bevis and Evans. $1,400.
Four coaches. To maximise space for everyone, please fold pushchairs if you can and utilise the overhead luggage racks. Platform 1 for the 1400 Greater Anglia service to Cambridge.
Yep, the 1400 is set to go to Cambridge very shortly, in about less than 5 minutes. I like that clock. It's very useful and big numbers. You can see that.
To maximise space for everyone, please hold pushchairs if you can and utilise the overhead luggage racks.
So unfortunately, I didn't capture that train leaving to Cambridge, which just about left a minute ago at 1400, which was 2 o'clock. Of course, it's 2 minutes past 2 p.m. in normal time mode, and basically I've got at least 23 minutes to wait for the Ipswich train, and it's got to stop at Thurston, Elmswell, Stowmarket, Needham Market and Ipswich from Bevis and Evans. Just in case you couldn't hear me very well, I did say, of course, the train that I was hoping to catch, I thought it did, that went off to Cambridge at exactly 2 o'clock. It did disappear from the train station and go on to, of course, Cambridge eventually. And what you just saw a minute ago was a freight train, not a freight train. And at this point we are just arriving into Thurston train station, where, of course, if you go on the Bury Evans train from Bury Evans, that is the first stop you'll come to. Well, just coming into Thurston now, looking like quite a decent station actually, to be fair. I've never been to this place myself, but you can see the proof of that with the sign of the train station of Thurston. And this is the seat that I was sat at. I had to go to a higher one there because I wasn't actually comfortable on the side seats. That is quite unusual for me. So we're coming into Elmswell now, and you can see some new houses have been put there since I've last came by here myself on the train. And of course you'll see the station briefly, and then we just skip over to Stowmarket, which is the next stop after that. So unfortunately we haven't got the full length trip for you, so we have to sort of slice it into different sections here for obvious reasons, because you know there might be some people that we of course you know might not want in the picture. And we are now coming into Stowmarket. I haven't actually been to Stowmarket for quite a while there. We just passed the disability toilet there, and of course they've got a lovely coffee area there. It is a beautiful coffee centre there if you ever try it. Unfortunately the lifts are still out of bounds. When will that be completed? I'm now at Ipswich train station here, just got off the train, and of course waiting for the Norwich train to Norwich from Ipswich. And literally I am opposite this. Can anyone recognise this famous football club of now the Premiership? Which end is that, by the way? Look at the weather. It's not as great as it was last time I came here, but yeah, apparently the Norwich one is on time, so I should be heading there soon. We'll go back to Stowmarket, Diss, and then Norwich. That's the London Liverpool Street. That's where it goes. You can actually go there through Ipswich. train. It should stop in a minute. I'm hoping to get right down the end because I don't really want to walk a long way.
Welcome to this service for Norwich. We will be calling at Stowmarket, Diss and Norwich.
Cool. Just about ready to die.
Next stop will be Stowmarket.
Yeah, it's just about to go. So yeah, I didn't really want to fancy a long walk to the next train to take me to Great Yarmouth. Almost out of breath, but yeah, I made it to nearest the end as possible. Train is now arriving very shortly at Diss. There is a coffee shop in the area of the train station, and I remember coming to this train station, and it is quite a walk from the bus stop from Bury St Edmunds to Diss, and it takes a while to get to Diss from a bus. So yeah, I'm actually quite new to this because I'd like to venture there a little bit more, but yeah, I just need the transport to get to the right areas. And there is a coffee shop which is just coming in the shot right this minute, right now. You see the signs to this train station, and as the train pulls in very, very slowly, you can see the train bridge here, which of course on this side you would have to then cross over to the other side, and of course it does have a ticket machine. There's no ticket person. There you go, your proof
Norwich.
of this
The next
train
stop will
station.
be Norwich.
You can see the guy walking up the steps there. It's quite strange walking up the steps if you're not fit enough, but if you are fit, then you'll enjoy it.
Welcome to this service for Norwich. We will be calling at Norwich. The next stop will be Norwich. Mind your head and step when getting on or off the raised seated areas.
ascertaining a final station stop is Norwich.
We are now approaching Norwich, where this train terminates. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
Now, of course, I've done a silly thing here. I got it the wrong way round, and I might have said it on a vlogger on my other camera that, of course, it was the opposite way around that I just showed you there. You put the lid down here. You obviously got to fill the water up with cold water to begin with, and I'm just trying this out here for the first time since the Novotel hotel that I went to. I thought it was the big cup and it didn't seem to work, so yeah, I'm just trying to test it out. First of all, you got to switch the plug on, and you can see the coffees that I put there, and I did try the first one, which is the bigger cup. That didn't seem to work, but I actually then put the other one on, and that one seemed to work. So yeah, it's got to be the left hand one. As you can clearly see there, it's brewing nicely there. I think I had to press it again to make sure that it was filling up right to the full part of the cup. It still tasted like a proper coffee to me, but yeah, you got to make sure, of course, the full coffee amount has been used up, and make sure that you put a cup in the actual tray bit there, and you're supposed to dispense of the coffee pot right to the bottom and then eventually empty it out. But what a nice brew that is. Smells quite nice actually. Just got to add milk to that. Well, I think I've brushed the sort of dust off my shirt there, so I'm ready to, of course, explain a little bit, of course, what has happened today. Well, of course, where do I start? Do I start with the cramp, or do I start with the delayed train from Norwich to Great Yarmouth? Well, of course, it could have been either way that I decide to mention one or the other. But what I will say is I got here on room 111. No, it's not. Got you for a second there. 410 is the room of this Premier Plus of the sea view, which I've got outside my window. I'll show you that in the morning, hopefully on this camera. I'm doing it on my vlogger camera and of course on this camera here. I want to get both sides of the story here. So yeah, room 410, and of course, yes, it's on the 4th floor, so there's a bit of a corridor to get to this particular room. But yes, I did have some enemy or cramp, but hopefully it's passed by now, and I get used to the sort of big size bed, and it is quite a sort of big step for me because it is quite a tall bed, as you can clearly see in the background here. And I've got GB News on, by the way. Of course, Robert Jenrick vows to end the foreign welfare rip-off as he outlines Reform UK plans to ban foreign nationals from claiming most benefits and save at least 21 million. And the US actress Heidi Panettiere dies at the age of 36. So there we go, of course, yeah, and of course PM has got to decide on the North Sea. That's the latest news. I like reading the scrolling news if I can get GB News. My destination, of course, next is something that I'll probably tell you at a later stage. But yeah, it is, of course, drawing you into the darkness. In fact, it is darkness, as you can see. The lights are on now, and of course, yes, I will do a little bit of a detour of the room here because apparently the iPhones pick them up better than the vlogger. But of course, I have got the microphone sounds, but it makes it look very romantic on the vlogger camera, even though of course it is a 4K camera, but it can go up to 5K as well. I'm just looking at myself in the mirror here. I do need a natural shave. So anyway, I did have an enemy cramp, and hopefully it has surpassed by now, or just passed away. Just, you know, gradually, of course, disappeared, that kind of thing. And we did have a delay, and of course the delay was between Norwich and Great Yarmouth, and stopping at Brundle Gardens, and you know, because an intruder tried to, of course, cause some issues on one end of the train. 30 minutes later, the police officers, a female and a male, came eventually, and everyone thought it was a scenario where we was going to have a bit of hostage, because there was a guy behind me called Jay, who actually lives in Great Yarmouth and wanted to get back home, and of course he was suggesting to get a taxi from Brundle Gardens, but of course the ticket man who was on the train at the time did not want to or was not allowing passengers to leave the train for probably safety reasons, just in case someone got injured or something like that. And I hope the police have detained the guy or the people that were involved. But of course, yes, eventually the train did go on, which of course we did get an announcement between that sort of time. And we were just waiting for the police to turn up. You know what the police are like these days. So they did eventually turn up, and the driver of the train did a fantastic job there. I've just got to give him full credit of the train driver we're talking about here, who decided to stop and not continue until the police arrived. So that was a great thing for the Greater Anglia driver, not to continue until the police arrived. That was spot on for that. Well done, that driver. Deserves a medal for that. And I bet he was going, phew, at last he could finally go. And it surprised us all, because the whole train must have gone, hooray, because they thought we were going to get held hostage for a long time. I thought that at one point. But looking back at it, it was a good thing that he saved all of our lives there, because the intruder did waste about half an hour of the train time, and of course the driver wanted to continue with his work, and he couldn't do that if there was trouble on the train. But eventually got sorted out, hopefully, And of course, we're talking about the train drivers just carried on going at the end. That was probably in the end the best thing to do as soon as the police arrived. So, of course, yes, hopefully they detain the person, and of course, hopefully they'll get a huge fine or at least a prison sentence for that, because that was absolutely disgraceful, whoever that person was. We don't know if it was a migrant, we don't know if it was just a general English British person, we don't know about that. All we did see is all I saw was the two officers, the female and the male. But anyway, we'll leave that rating for your mind. Of course, that is the disappointing thing there, and of course I waited for two buses. They never showed up at the Acle bus stop, which is a brand new bus stop, which of course is just outside the train station of Great Yarmouth. They didn't put that before recently, but it's a new bus stop, and it's supposed to have on time on each buses, but some of them weren't turning up. Eventually one did turn up and took me to the market gates, and then I had to get a taxi, which cost me around about £6.60 for the taxi from just outside Costa Coffee, which now has to come from there rather than the original place, which was just outside the Trollcart Weatherspoons, where they used to pile up. But that's all changed now. It's all buses have got parked there, and no more taxis unless they are parked just outside Costa Coffee. That's the new place they've got to stay. Alright, hopefully I haven't rambled too much for you. I will at some point show you the shower room, which is just purely a walk-in shower, and I think I'm just able to get into the actual shower itself, and I've just got to work out how to switch the shower on. The sink is quite good because it's quite useful for the kettles, and it fits the kettles beautifully, and the toilet is there, and of course you've got these soaps, you've got your shower gels and your conditioners, whatever you like to call it, and they're all stuck to the wall, so you can't actually steal them and take them away. But we are going to show you the room very soon, so yeah, of course, keep that eye watching of your beautiful videos. We hope that are that very word beautiful as you continue to watch these. We hope that you are enjoying the videos. Give us a like, a thumbs up, coin, whatever it is, and whatever platform, as we continue to keep you smiling, hopefully. So I was showing you the details of how you can actually purchase your own Premier Inn bed if you can fit one in your own home. So yeah, you do get a welcome to Premier Inn Plus rooms. I've got to show you that. Welcome to your Premier Plus room, and it is like a folder here. I might actually keep this, but yeah, for reference. And of course it's got the details inside here of course Wi-Fi information, like of course welcome to Premier Plus room, enjoy your stay with us for your peace of mind. We are carrying out a rigorous cleaning regime in all of our 800 hotels with enhanced hygiene promise called Premier Inn Clean Protect. So there you go. There you go, it tells you what has been improved. There you go. That's one bit of information, and there's another bit here in this folder. It's a useful folder here. It's like a gift welcome card, and basically it tells you how to use the, of course, room temperatures in this room. At that temperature gauge just over there. If I zoom in, you'll be able to see it there. And of course, this painting, by the way, has been dedicated by this person here. You can see the fluorescent light there. Probably shines up in the dark. And you can see the disc light there, shining beautifully there, alongside GB News. and that's where I put my suitcase, where you can actually put your luggage there and your bins there. So, of course, the room temperature controls are as follows. You can see that for yourself there. If you're not sure how to read, I'll try and read it for you here. Control your room's temperature by following the instructions below. You've got the display there. Temperature or fan speed adjust. Switch to fan speed controls. On and off. So you can switch it off if you wanted to. And of course you've got the touch section there. Touch the panel to activate the controls. The on and off button to turn on or off. Press the power key once, and up and down controls adjust the temperature and the fan speed up or down. And of course the left and right arrows switch between temperature and fan speed controls. And finally the fan speed, high, mid or low. That is of course medium. All right, okay. Unfortunately, I'm not able to have breakfast in the morning, which is probably a good thing. It saves me, of course, filling up my sort of gut in a way. And, of course, I haven't got the meal at the restaurant. Currently, of course, it's closed until further notice, they say. And, of course, what's happened is that it's been bought out by, of course, another company. So Beef Eater were the former restaurant who have sold it to another company, and eventually it will be a complete new restaurant. I can't remember off the top of my head what the new restaurant is going to be called. I'll have to research that and try and sort of memorise it a bit. And maybe Dolu can help me actually research that. But of course, if any human being can help me beforehand, let me know in the comments. Right, okay, I'm going to show you quickly the shower room here at this time of the night, and then I'm going to try and walk into it myself. It's going to be a tight squeeze, but I'm going to give it a go. But I'm not actually going to show it on camera though, that's the thing, because it is actually a private thing. So, yeah, obviously I'm not going to show you my full wax here, because, of course, you'd have to pay extra money for it, which would be a double plus room. No, I'm only joking with you. So let's keep it light here, and of course, yeah, enjoy the tour. You can see the bedding is a little bit on the high side, but these actual beds cost thousands of pounds to have in your own home. You can actually check the actual website for prices of these, because of course there's this little what looks like a birthday card, doesn't it? But of course, yeah, our mattresses in your own home. And turn over for more information, of course, by our own Premier Inn mattress 2.0, made exclusively with Silent Night. Yeah, sounds like a Christmas carol. Yeah, I actually pronounced that wrong. So, yeah, let's have a look. Enjoy your stay at Premier Inn. And of course, you've got all the details there if you need to read that, and you've got the QR code just here. So I'll pause it on the screen for you so you can actually see for yourself. Some reason it doesn't actually show up on my vlogger camera. It's more brighter on the iPhone apparently. So yeah, I'm not going to read it all for you tonight, but yeah, I might take photographs of it so you can get some awareness of it. So I was showing you the details of how you can actually purchase your own Premier Inn bed if you can fit one in your own home. So yeah, you do get a welcome to Premier Inn Plus rooms. I've got to show you that. Welcome to your Premier Plus room. And it is like a folder here. I might actually keep this, but yeah, for reference. And of course it's got the details inside here of course Wi-Fi information, like of course welcome to Premier Plus room. Enjoy your stay with us. For your peace of mind, we are carrying out a rigorous cleaning regime in all of our 800 hotels with enhanced hygiene promise called Premier in Clean Protect. So there you go. There you go, it tells you what has been improved. There you go. That's one bit of information, and there's another bit here in this folder. It's a useful folder here. It's like a gift welcome card, and basically it tells you how to use the, of course, room temperatures in this room. At that temperature gauge just over there. If I zoom in, you'll be able to see it there. And of course, this painting, by the way, has been dedicated by this person here. You can see the fluorescent light there. Probably shines up in the dark. And you can see the disc light there, shining beautifully there, alongside GB News. And that's where I put my suitcase, where you can actually put your luggage there, and your bins there. So, of course, the room temperature controls are as follows. You can see that for yourself there. If you're not sure how to read, I'll try and read it for you here. Control your room's temperature by following the instructions below. You've got the display there. Temperature or fan speed adjust. Switch to fan speed controls. On and off. So you can switch it off if you wanted to. And of course you've got the touch section there. Touch the panel to activate the controls. The on and off button to turn on or off. Press the power key once, and up and down controls adjust the temperature and the fan speed up or down. And of course the left and right arrows switch between temperature and fan speed controls. And finally the fan speed, high, mid or low. That is of course medium. All right, okay. Unfortunately, I'm not able to have breakfast in the morning, which is probably a good thing. It saves me, of course, filling up my sort of gut in a way. And of course, I haven't got the meal at the restaurant currently. Of course, it's closed until further notice, they say. And of course, what's happened is that it's been bought out by, of course, another company. So Beef Eater were the former restaurant who have sold it to another company, and eventually it will be a complete new restaurant. I can't remember off the top of my head what the new restaurant is going to be called. I'll have to research that and try and sort of memorize it a bit. And maybe Dola can help me actually research that. But of course, if any human being can help me beforehand, let me know in the comments. Right, okay, I'm going to show you quickly the shower room here at this time of the night, and then I'm going to try and walk into it myself. It's going to be a tight squeeze, but I'm going to give it a go. But I'm not actually going to show it on camera though, that's the thing, because it is actually a private thing. So, yeah, obviously I'm not going to show you my full wax here, because, of course, you'd have to pay extra money for it, which would be a double plus room. No, I'm only joking with you. So let's keep it light here, and of course, yeah, enjoy the tour. To take you there, I've nearly forgotten to show you the lovely chairs that you get in this Premier Plus room here. Absolutely brilliant. Sea view, well, we can't see it until the morning now, but of course, yes, lovely chair there to help relax your cramp if you have one. Hopefully I don't get one tonight, because it's the first time I've been to this hotel and it's all new to me. And you've got your plug switches there. You can see what a spacious room this is, and the nice little pillows to go with it. And there's some plug sockets on the other side as well. And that's the painting we were talking about here. It's a work of art. You can see that. It rather reminds me of Easttown Park, as I know of Feastown Park of Haverwood, Suffolk in the UK, in East Anglia. So yeah. So there we are. Of course, created by Sam Smith, and it shows you of course, who created it, Project Artsworks, whose mission is to change lives through art. For more about the charity and to see more art pieces, visit Project, as in Project Arts Works.org. That's Project Artworks.org. There you go. Pretty cool stuff, isn't it? I made a mess of that, and you can't smoke or vape in here, otherwise you'll get a £100 fine. I've stuck my card in the door there, as you can see there, to turn the electric on. Otherwise you won't get your electric. It will probably just switch off automatically. And of course, you can see a close-up on this video here of the hairdryer here if you need it. And there's a stall just behind us here. And there's an iron if you need it. And some coat hangers, extra pillows, and a mirror, which is desperately what I needed. You'd be surprised how much I paid for this Premier Plus. Still can't even say it. Premier Plus of Premier Inn. And of course, you can see me there. Hello. And of course, the lighting is beautiful in this room, isn't it? I wonder how many people you can actually get in that shower. Well, there's only me here, so it'll only be one person. This is what I mean about the sink here. You could actually put your Premier Inn kettle right underneath the tap, which is good. Very much a modern tap, you can see that. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And the toilet looks gorgeous as well. We don't talk too much about the toilet, but yeah, it's nice that these hotels do actually neaten up the toilet roll. And there's a spare one if you needed it as well. Obviously, if there's any more problems, you can go down to the reception and ask for more stuff, more milk and things like that, but I tend to bring my own. Oh, by the way, I've almost forgotten the actual, of course, mini fridge, which gives you 2 complimentary water bottles, which is quite nice. One fizzy and one not fizzy. I thought I saw a face around here, must be just me. But yeah, the mini fridge is just over there, by the way. I have got a shot of it on my vlogger camera, so of course we'll leave it for that, I think. So yeah, I've got to work out how to use this shower. Nice little flooring as well. And some towels in there. I would actually place that on the floor so I don't get everything wet. Your, of course, shower remedies. Of course, ooh, it's quite nice, isn't it? Your sort of shower lotions, whatever you like to call it, conditioners, and that's the soap here. It's a nice full shower there. I presume the left-hand side is the hot water, and on the right-hand side is probably the cold. I might be wrong by that, but yeah, you can put your soaps on your whatever you want to put on there as well, which is quite nice. Nice sort of layout of the shower room itself, and that's the main plug here. I'd love to have one of these in my own house. There you go. Of course, that's the fan section there. You can see it in close-up mode, just about. But yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to have a shave and then I'm going to have my own shower there. Oh yes, there's another towel there. There's quite a lot to show about this room, isn't there? There's another mirror just here. And usually tells you about the health and safety in here. So, yeah. Common sense, really. In case of a fire. It's got it in different languages as well, for those abroad. Can you tell on the language? I think that's French, and that might be German. Pretty obvious, isn't it? Some hotels have maps around the building, but this one doesn't seem to have one. But it does have a sort of glass cap there. I don't know if you can see that very well. You have to just pull this a bit. You can basically see who's out there. It's a spyglass. There we go. So you can see who's out there. It's pretty good, isn't it? Always tried to get that feeling on this chair that I'm going to fall over this chair, but it is not a bad chair, to be honest with you. But anyway, just one more thing to mention here. Although we're not having any breakfast or dinner time, but it does tell you what the normal times would be. I don't know if they're going to do that when a new restaurant arrives. Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. That's the normal times it would be. And Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's the original times. I don't know if they're going to stick to that, but of course, yeah, those are the original times, so you can remember that for many, many years and centuries to come. I haven't got a wooden, of course, key for the door. It's not an old-fashioned key, it's a swipe card, which you have to also use for the lift as well when you come up here. Thank goodness they've got a lift, because I would never get up to the 4th floor. You know, my body wouldn't take it. But yeah, this is the room number. Feel foolproof. Let's have a look at the other side as well. Yeah, take the notice of the breakfast stuff. But it doesn't even tell you about the dinner, because there isn't no dinner. For unforeseeable reasons. Something like that. So, yeah. We'll have to wait and see how that's going to progress. That's Patrick Christie's, by the way, with the subtitles just there on GB News 236.